The Making of a Wonderful Nation. Not to be confused with every single book, movie, and audiobook that's been made under that title that I googled up so far. I just didn't know about it until right now. But the anime reviewing, which is a short 2-episode series, and it's very short. What's up, guys? 747 and welcome to Watch Plus. Got more content coming your way. Now, I'll say very short. I mean, essentially, imagine if you have a nation on the brink of bankruptcy, on the brink of extinction, and on the brink of basically economic collapse. Right? Imagine you have America, and take all the glorious, glamorous glitz and glamour you have of, you know, the echelon of rich people. Take that out the way, and everyone's a peasant except like a few of the royalties crew. So we have the princess, her name is Ariadne, and she's governing and lord over the land, Avon and Ragnar. Now, they don't really describe how Avon got to such an awful state where it's just basically in shambles. It's a decrepit looking place. They don't describe it at all. They're just now brainstorming at this point. They have everybody in the town gathered up in this one hall. So I assume either this is a ginormous mansion, a small town, or both. And now with everybody gathered around, you know, we're trying to democratically decide, how do we get our town back on the map? How do we get into the throes of, you know, the economically flourishing other nations, you know? And since, you know, it's a monarchy, that's how monarchies work, right? With the kings and queens, whatever. Princess is now making that decision. So she's like, okay, well, you know, let's go dive into one business that doesn't really seem to run out of supply or demand: the fluid swapping industry. That's right, that's her first option, and everyone just rolls with it. Now, by everyone, I don't mean in particular every single citizen that participated, like the city of Sin, but I mean in the sense where the princess herself and her two royal guards, being Ruku and Yushia, just go at it with multiple customers, try to get their economy booming back up. Now, I don't know how much money these customers have that will act like a stimulus for the entire economy of that town or village whatsoever, but apparently it works, because at the end of the series, you know, they're still going at it and they're not dead or have been ransacked or pillaged. So I guess everything went fine. Basically what happens is we just go through Ariadne and Ruku and Yushia going through the entire tropes, going through the personalities, explaining the whole deviant acts are conspiring in front of us right now. And we go with Ariadne, and the whole trope of her is that she's rose, she's a princess. It's like, oh wow, princess, I didn't think you do that. Wow, you a freak. Oh my god, you cooking with your mouth, like it's like that whole like shocking. And then she's like, I can do more than that. It's just that whole comical bit there. And then you have Ruku, which is the maid, and she's kind of got a cat girl aesthetic going on. I'm kind of confused what they're going about here. It's very straightforward if you watch it, but to try to describe it is very confusing. And then you have Yushia, which of the three of the trio, when they were talking about this being a thing in general, she's more of the straight man of the group. Not that she's a man or that she's straight. I don't know what that's about. It probably has nothing to do with what I'm talking about here. But whenever Ruka or Ariadne would do something wild, Yushia be like, whoa, dude, come on, that's not funny. Translate that into the fluid exchange industry, and boom, you have three different people, a triangle of trade, one could say, and they're exporting their goods and they're just raking in the cash that way. Now, again, they don't mention how much cash they've garnered. They don't mention how successful the marketing has gone, you know, with the customers themselves going out there and being like, yeah, that was some good average. I would go again. Matter of fact, I rake all my friends and go in there. They don't show any of that at all. They don't even show any, like, I feel like the part they're missing, you know, is the whole, and that's how we saved our entire city, was by being city girls in this hot girl summer, in this hot girl 17th century summer where nobody showers. It was our time to shine, and goddamn it, we did it by popping something. Like, they didn't do any of that. They just went straight up to, and that's the end. A situation where it's like, wouldn't this be funny if, and then that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. And that was the making of a wonderful nation. Very short, very compact, very sweet, very wholesome, I would say. Now, hold up, hear me out. That's why I sold them. Because number one, they're entrepreneurs, right? They're entrepreneurs. They went out of their way to make money for the town. Now, did they have any other choice? Technically, no, because either that or starve and die. So it's kind of leaning towards not wholesome, but at the same time, since nothing bad happened, not even like anything fecal matter related or anything like that. Wait, I do remember one thing. I just remember something. So remember when I said Yushia's the straight man in the group and basically she's acting like that accordingly during the fluid exchange? Well, apparently, out of nowhere, their customers have been recommended to one another so often, so frequently, the market is going out of the world that they're going to a different species. That's right. They are now copulating and fluid exchanging with people who can shift shape and transform into humans from their ogre tentacle-esque form. And the only way this guy can transform into his original form is if he is getting this massive amount of dopamine, which means that is a really dumb transformation condition, because this could happen if you just kill somebody and your cover is exposed because you got the dopamine rush because you kill somebody. Now, in this instance, it wasn't because he killed somebody, it was because, you know, he was doing the fluid exchange with Yushia. But my point is that is still a bad design. Now, that was the only interesting part of the series that I can remember. Other than that, yeah, pretty vanilla, pretty plain. It's a more wholesome version of City of Sin, which I reviewed when I came back to doing this stuff. Shout out to me back then. But yeah, that was the making fun of a nation. All right, guys, I don't have an outro, but if I did, it would matter because don't make a video. Good night. Think of a clever outro to put right here. So I heard that